Hey everybody, it's moonbo here and welcome back to more Scrap Mechanic. This time we're gonna take it a little easy and check out some more viewer creations that have been sent in to me. We've got a really neat pocket city, as well as a few cool vehicles to drive around from some other people as well. So let's go check it out, guys. I'm gonna start this episode off with some creations that were sent to me by Doge Lord. He sent me a Steam Workshop link with a whole bunch of his work that he's been doing. And I really liked it, and so he's got a bunch of these Pocket City modules that you can weld together and actually kind of build yourself a little Pocket City. You have to put a little bit of your own effort into it, of course, to make it look really nice, but no matter what, I ended up having a lot of fun using his creations, and I'm really looking forward to being able to show you guys the little kind of neighborhood that I've made with those tiles that he's done up. So over here, though, I've added the park. He's only got a few of them. I have to note, though, he's only got a few, so hopefully, Doge Lord, if you're watching, I hope you make some more of these modules for the city, because I would like to maybe just kind of expand on this Pocket City a bit. But I'm going to start off with the park here. I really love the detail, the flowers that were all the bolts here, and the discoloration of grass makes it look pretty natural. You got bushes as well, and a bit like a forest of trees here, actually. It's really nice. And my favorite part, though, is this park actually does have a little bit of a playground, so you got your bench there, and a slide, which actually you can hop up onto from the back here, if I can get up close enough to it. There we go, and you can kind of just ride the slide down. That's pretty neat. And some monkey bars. I have not played on monkey bars in many years, but it looks really nice. I just love the park. And there's two entrances, so you can get in from that side and that side over there. I've added a parking lot to it, actually, so I could actually park some vehicles if I wanted to right next to it. But this one is also available on the workshop like everything else, so you guys can try it out for yourself. So I'm gonna go over into this police car here. This is also part of Doge Lord's Steam Workshop. I have a few other creations sent in from other people that wanted to have it showcased, so I had a look, and some of the stuff just worked well with this little Pocket City. So as you can see, though, he's got a bunch of vehicles on his workshop, actually, so you can download them and check them out for yourself. I've downloaded a few of them here just to kind of give you an idea of the scale of the city and the stuff that you can look forward to. So let's, you know what? Take a little break here and stop in at the bar. I really like the detail that he's put into these front entrances, the sloped entranceway, like wheelchair access, the parking spots with the crossed out area where you're not allowed to park. I've added walls and some extra sidewalk just to make it, you know, worthy of a car driving in. You have to kind of open stuff up, paint a little bit, but he's done most of the work. All you have to do is stick it together. So let's go into the bar here and have a look. Pretty quaint, kind of dark, but that's pretty much what a bar would be. We got the two-way switches there. One thing that's actually really neat is the bar stools are connected to bearings, so you can actually hit them with a hammer and give them a little spin. Actually, I will get my hammer out just so you can see it, actually. Let's pull that out. So there you go. You guys can see spinning bar stools. The only way into the back, I've noticed, is just by hopping the bar counter. But as you can see, though, he's got his spirits. Over here, you got all your beer on tap, of course. And probably compressed gases. Oh, that's a nice little fridge in the back. One thing I like about the houses that he's been, or sorry, the buildings I should say that he's been designing is they all kind of have this one-way only exit at the back, which is kind of neat. So here you got your dumpster in the back. There's some access back to the front of the building there. But if you accidentally shut that, yep, you're locked out. You can't get back in. So you'd have to go around to the front. But it's pretty neat. You can actually keep people out that way. But I really like that bar. It's got some nice detail in it, and you got the spinning stools, so it's really neat. I'm gonna hop out of this cop car here, actually, and switch over to this pocket bus. Here, actually, you can see I cut out some of the road so that way you can avoid the bouncing that you get when there's too much. So this is just a bus stop with a pocket bus here, though. Pretty simple, like really nice design though. Look, see how you can just walk in from the sidewalk without having to jump. That's always nice. Lots of detail on the inside as well, with loads of seats. And those seats are very typical of a bus, aren't they? The blue, usually they'd have like speckles on them and stuff. But we're gonna hop into this bus here, honk the horn a couple times, and go for a little cruise over to the pizza place. Now, one thing I've noticed actually is the bus is a pretty low clearance underneath it, which is actually 1 block. So if you snag a curb, it will catch the bus up and you won't be able to move very easily. And I kind of screwed up here when I put the pizza place in. As you can see, it drops down by 1 there. So I kind of missed that one accidentally. So the bus will sometimes get stuck, as you can see. But nonetheless, if you put a little bit more forethought into it than what I did, you'll probably achieve some better results, actually. So I'm gonna pop this bus onto a lift here and get rid of it and just head over to the pizza place. I really like the entrance of the pizza place, actually. It's all glass and easy to see inside. You can open it up like that with the 2-way switch. Whoops. I'm holding it too long, I think. There we go. Now we're inside. Really nice as well. These pocket kind of structures are neat because you're trying to fit as much as you can into them without, you know, losing too much detail at the same time. So let's head into the back here. I keep holding those for too long. There we go. So we'll get inside and we'll shut the door back behind us. As you can see, this is authentic pizza being cooked in a wood stove, maybe. I'm pretty sure there's a chimney on the outside there, actually. You probably saw it in the intro. Got your radio for the long hours and late nights of making pizzas. And I think, yeah, see, most of these buildings as well, they all kind of have the control center. And I'm pretty sure if you actually look, you can see those are the old school logic gates that people have been making in Scrap Mechanic because they didn't always exist. So it's a very creative way to play the game, and I was never too keen on it, but it's always fun to see the remnants of pre-updates. And that's a very good example of one. So that's a really neat pizza shop. I've added, obviously, this is kind of like the park and the bar. I've added some railing, extended some of the parking lot a little bit to make it work a little better. But nonetheless, really, really cool stuff. So here we are now in an ambulance. All of his structures actually, or sorry, all of his vehicles, they all have all sorts of buttons. And as you can see, you got your sirens, you got your lights ready to go for an emergency. And I love the detail. The cop car also has the lights that go like this, and I'm pretty sure he has a little module for light bars like that that you can put onto your vehicles. So I think the ambulance is going to take a quick emergency stop at the corner store, because we need some chips. I need chips. Alright, now that the emergency's over, we're ready to get some chips. So this is a store. It says in his workshop that it's obsolete, but I put it in here anyway, because I honestly just like it. You have the sensor that opens the spring-loaded doors, and you got your shop just full of supplies. I'm telling you, survival mode comes around, this is the place to be. Loads of fridges. I can assume that this back area, yeah, I didn't do too much back here. There's like a makeshift ladder to get to the ceiling, or the roof there. That's pretty neat. And let's check out this side. This side might just be another... Oh, yeah, okay, there's the other logic gate area. So, really nice builds, though, from Doge Lord. Thank you so much for sending them in. There's loads more. I wish I could show them all. But be sure, guys, to check the description for the Steam Workshop links to his builds, and hopefully you guys enjoy them as much as I did. So I'm going to move on to a couple more creations now that were sent in from some other people. So let's go check them out. So now I'm moving on to a couple creations that were sent to me by Pigmeat Gamer. He sent me this really kind of neat little house that I've added to the Pocket City. And he's also sent me this really, it's a very simple semi-truck, but there's something that's really cool about it that I want to show you guys. But first, let's go into this house here. The first thing I want to say about it is it has a pretty cool style as far as like the mechanisms inside. Overall though, I had to leave it free floating off of the ground because this cool door wouldn't open. So it's not welded to the ground. I'm not really dropping too much in FPS at the moment though, so I can get away with it. But as you can see, I'm gonna do that again in case you didn't catch it. That door is hidden behind like a secret wall, which is pretty neat actually. So let me open it one more time. Pretty cool stuff. I had no idea how it was gonna work because I welded it to the ground and I saw loads of bearings. I saw all these bearings and I was saying to myself, why won't the door open? And then finally I didn't weld it the second time around and it opened up really cool and I was very surprised by the hidden door. So overall it's a pretty simple interior. It's kind of like a one-floor bungalow with a bedroom, of course. So you got your nice big king-size bed there, window in the back. The main thing I wanted to show about this was that front door, though. I love those details of hidden doors and stuff, and I like the way these handles on the fridge, they open and then close again, as if you had manually opened it with your hand, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. You got your stove and oven here. But the main thing I want to talk about is the semi-truck that he sent me. It's a really cool design, actually, and I've never thought of something like it before. Overall, the trailer is relatively simple. It just has an empty cab in the back for some storage of who knows what. But over here, you can see that it's usually when I design like a semi-truck, it would be like a peg that fits into a hole and it swivels just freely in a hole. But here you can see that the two are actually connected together by this bearing, and this piece of suspension acts as like a buffer. So you can see the truck and the trailer, neither of them have any suspension, but the way this tows behind because of that setup is actually really natural. And that's why I wanted to bring it into this world, was to show you guys a really interesting design for a trailer hitch that I would have never thought of. So hopefully you guys can take something from that. I'm not very good at driving trailered vehicles in Scrap Mechanic, though. I find that I very often will cause massive problems, but the design of this just makes it really easy to move around. As you can see, I can move freely, and the suspension just kind of bobs around a little bit as it needs to, and takes the load, so you don't even have to really worry about suspension on this, and it really does drive around the city very easily. And last but not least, we're gonna go check out a really cool mini Landrover and RV. This creation was sent to me by a user by the name of TAGON. That's his Steam username anyway. He sent me this Landrover and RV specifically for me, so thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it, and I really like the design of this thing. It's very simple in the sense that it's compact, but when you look underneath it and stuff, you really see that there was a lot of thought and detail put into this, and the shape is beautiful as well. I had to kind of fiddle around with figuring out how to mount it. You ended up having to kind of place blocks underneath the trailer so that it didn't tip over, and once you were able to keep it level, you were easily able to just turn the switch on and have it hook on. So once you figure that out, though, it's a lot of fun to be able to drive around. So let's go have a look inside the back before we do that. Really, it's just like a sleeper, you know, kind of like a camper sleeper in the end, with one bed and a little bit of a side table and your little pet duck inside, of course. Not much to it as far as like a trailer goes, but nice design in the end, the way it hooks on and the balanced wheels in the back here. Overall, the Rover itself, though, actually is really cool. It's really compact, and it has kind of like this very beast-feeling look to it, actually. Just the way it's like it's almost as wide as it is long. So I really like that. It ultimately worked out very well in this little tiny kind of pocket city as well, driving around and stuff like that. I love this creation, though. It's really fun to drive in here, actually. And when you see the trailer kind of bopping around like it almost wants to fall over, I find that pretty funny, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Viewer Creations. I want to thank everyone for sending me in their creations, and if you want to send your creation to me, then check out the email on the screen right here, moonboSM@gmail.com. Send them over. I'll probably have a look at them at some point, and you might see it in a future episode. So thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for endless scrap mechanic.